Starfighter.
Dear Dust Starfighters, my name is Carlin Jones and this is a Starfighter movie review. Today I'm going to be talking about the 2021 animated family musical, Encanto. Encanto is the 60th feature film produced under Disney Animation Studios. It's the only Disney film ever to have 12 original characters on screen, which signifies multi-generational families. Encanto is not only unique because it's about a Colombian family, but what separates this film from others is that the characters represents the complexity of family dynamics. Encanto tells its viewers that each person from any family has a designed role. The more conscious we are of knowing that role can lead to a better understanding to how well do we know our families, and how well do they know us. So with that said, let's talk about the plot for this movie. This film is about a 15-year-old girl named Mirabel who lives with her family in a magical house in the Colombian mountains. After discovering at a young age that she is the only member of her family who doesn't have magical abilities, Mirabel goes on a quest to save the magic that has been in her family for generations. Now there are 12 characters in Encanto and I'm going to go over every single one. But I'm going to save Mirabel's character for last. Trust me, the definition of what her character is will make a lot more sense if I talk about her last. The first character that I'll be talking about is Dolores Madrigal, who is voiced by the singer Odessa. Dolores is Mirabel's cousin. Her magical abilities allows her to have sonic hearing, which means it's impossible to hide any secret from her. No one has to know.
I know.
She's the biggest gossip in the village, and her dresses have designs of sound waves on them, which symbolizes her powers. The second character that I will be talking about is Luisa Madrigal, who is voiced by the actress Jessica Darrow. Luisa is hands down my favorite character. Her magical ability is to have the strength of her family's ancestors, which means she's basically the Hulk. What makes Luisa my favorite character is that no matter how heavy an object seems to be, she can lift it. To the outside eye of the villagers and her family members, they believe Luisa has all the strength in the world. However, of every minute of every hour, Luisa suffers from severe anxiety. She wonders what her family and peers would think if one day she couldn't carry everyone's burdens.
Please, there's gotta be an explanation. I hate you.
I'm a loser, Lisa.
What did you do?
The third character that I'll be talking about is Camilo Madrigal, who is voiced by the actor Renzi Feliz. Camilo is the younger brother of Dolores and the cousin of Mirabel. He doesn't really know who he is yet as a human being. His magical abilities is to shapeshift into anyone, which is why his name Camilo is short for chameleon. The fourth character that I'll be talking about is Julita Madrigal, who is voiced by the actress Angie Cepeda. Julita is the mother of Mirabel. Personally, I think Julita has the greatest power of her entire family. She has the power to heal others with her cooking. She also serves as one of the positive role models in Mirabel's life. The fifth character that I will be talking about is Agustin Madrigal, who is voiced by the actor Wilmer Valderrama. Augustin is the husband of Julita and the father of Mirabel. Augustin actually doesn't have any magical abilities due to the fact that he married into the family. Throughout the movie, when Mirabel is depressed of feeling useless to her family, her father often relates to her as they both don't have any magical powers. The sixth character is Antonio Madrigal, who is voiced by the young actor Ravi Kabat-Conyers. Antonio is the youngest brother of Camilo and Dolores and the cousin of Mirabel. With being only 5 years old, Antonio feels the closest to Mirabel. The two often hang out and sing with each other every day. Antonio's magic ability is something that I truly wish I had, the ability to communicate with animals. The seventh character in this film is Pepe Madrigal, who is voiced by the actress-singer Carolina Gaitan. Pepe is the sister of Julita and the aunt of Mirabel. To call Pepe emotional would be a bit of an understatement.
My baby's night has to be perfect, and it's not perfect. And people are going to be coming.
You're naming the flowers. The flowers.
Pepe's magical ability is to control the weather through her emotional state. Happiness causes warmth and sunshine, whereas frustration causes storms and strong rain. The eighth character in this movie is Felix Madrigal, who is voiced by the Colombian singer Maro Castillo. Felix is the husband of Pepe and the father of Dolores, Camilo, and Antonio. Felix is always there to balance Pepe's emotional state, and he's basically just there to have a good time. He doesn't have any magical abilities because he as well married into the family. The ninth character in this movie is Bruno Madrigal, who is voiced by the actor John Leguizamo. Bruno is the uncle of Mirabel and is also shunned by his family. Now, without getting into spoilers, just know that Bruno is one of the funnest characters to watch. The 10th character in this movie is Isabella Madrigal, who is voiced by the actress and singer Diane Guerrero. Isabella is Mirabel's oldest sister. With having the powers to control life and plants, the entire family considers her to be the golden child. There's often a big sister, little sister rivalry between Isabella and Mirabel. Isabella also has flower designs on her dresses to symbolize her magical powers. The 11th character I will be talking about is Alma Madrigal, who is voiced by the actress Cecilia Botero. Alma is the grandmother of Mirabel and the matriarch of the Madrigal family. A long time ago, Alma lost the life of her husband from pillagers. Her grief was so powerful that it connected to a family candle, which gave birth to the family's magical powers. Alma herself doesn't have any powers, but she holds high expectations to the family members who do. Alma and her granddaughter Mirabel have tons of clashes and heart-to-heart conversations throughout the movie. The 12th and last character that I'll be talking about is the main protagonist, Mirabel Madrigal, who is voiced by the actress Stephanie Beatrice. I wanted to discuss Mirabel's character last because of all the 11 characters that I mentioned, each of them compose a percentage of Mirabel's personality. Her sister Luisa struggles with anxiety, just like Mirabel. Her cousin Camilo uses his shape-shifting powers because he doesn't know who he is in life, just like Mirabel. Her older sister Isabella is the golden child of the family, but behind closed doors, she goes through depression because she believes she will never live up to the expectations that her grandmother has set, just like Mirabel. Mirabel's character is not only a metaphor for family therapy, but with all her family's characteristics combined, she makes the perfect protagonist for this movie. Throughout the film, you'll see that Mirabel is very clumsy but capable, and she has unique relationships with each member of her family. So I want to take a minute and talk about the production of this film, because there is just too much to talk about. The production of Encanto actually started way back in 2016 during the world premiere of Moana. Miranda revealed at the premiere that he was in the early creation process of a new animation project. After meeting with the soon-to-be co-directors Brian Howard and Jared Bush, they begun talking and soon realized what they all had in common was that they both had large extended families. It was at this point they agreed that this is what the film should be about. In 2018, Miranda took a small creative team to the country of Colombia for a research trip. During the trip, the team met with architects, chefs, artisans to immerse themselves into the culture. They even met a tour guide who they loved so much that they didn't just hire her as a consultant for the film, but they molded her into the main character, Mirabel Madrigal. Now, because of the pandemic in 2020, all the voice actors in the film couldn't meet with the directors in person. Every voice recording, cast interview, and directors directing the cast members all had to be done over a Zoom call. It actually wasn't until November 2021, during the world premiere of Encanto, where the entire cast got to meet each other for the very first time. Miranda actually wrote the songs that you hear in the film. Encanto has 12 songs on its soundtrack. Each of those 12 songs represents the 12 characters that are in the movie. Each song is different from each other, with different rhythm and cadence. Miranda even said it doesn't matter if you speak English or Spanish, you will understand the songs in the film, because each song is felt with an emotion that the songs were built on. One thing about Encanto that I would say majority of people don't know is that the film takes place during the War of 1,000 Days, which was a civil war between liberals and conservatives. I don't want to bore you with a history lesson, but just know that the war resulted in over 130,000 deaths and a national economic ruin. These events are actually depicted in the film. So at this point of the review, I normally grade movies on a scale of 1 to 10, but I'm not gonna do that. Is Encanto worth your time to watch? Listen, with all the hard work this film did to be authentic, to hire natives from Colombia to determine if the characters are dressed the right way, spoke the right way, and even danced the right way, there's so much detail into this film that it's kinda hard to comprehend. However, and maybe this is just me, but I didn't notice any of these details when I watched the movie. It seems like I can't fully appreciate this film because I know nothing of Colombian culture, which I was happy to be exposed to. Is Encanto different from most Disney movies? Yes and no. The animation, the songs, and the story, you can find that anywhere else from any other animation movie. But what makes Encanto so unique is the fact that this film is about a Colombian family, and that in itself is extremely rare to watch. So I say watch the movie and prepare to be cultured by songs from Colombia.
Hey, you guys! Hi, how you doing? Come on, Alex, they're here!
Alright, Starfighters, that's my cue to get out of here. I'm actually heading to Silver Lake with some friends to record my podcast. So if you liked the video, please leave a like and comment below. Let me know what's the next movie I should review. But until then, victory or death, Starfighters.